Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. It is the end of the year, literally the second last day of 2021.
Yes.
And we have spent the last 3 days just reviewing what a year it was. But in terms of Splendor, our little baby, we have reviewed how we went for the past year. We try to do this every year. We did it last year because it's always nice to reflect on what a year it was and the things you have achieved, accomplished, the things that could have been done a little bit better, and what we can bring into the next year. So that is basically what we've done for the last 3 days. We've broken it up into segments. So in the first day, we reviewed our business as a whole, what worked well, what didn't. The second day, we got into the nitty-gritty of things. So we looked at different aspects of our business, so our website design, our marketing, our social media platforms, our brands and our products. And then the last day, which is today, we discussed all about our super secret project, which we cannot share right at this moment.
Yes.
But when the time comes, we will be very excited to do so.
Yes, correct. And we've decided to vlog this because, you know, we wanted you guys to be a part of this journey from day one. And I think there's a few YouTube videos where we do really get into why we started Splendr and how it's going and what our thoughts are. And those are in some previous videos, which you can go ahead and watch. But, you know, as part of that commitment and creating that bond with you guys, we want you guys to join in these kind of annual reviews that we have and see how we're going so that, you know, you're a part of this journey with us. So hopefully when we continue to grow, you will be from, you know, when we were in an infant stage to hopefully when we're all grown. And even for like people that are thinking of starting their own business, seeing a business from the start is always comforting to know that you could be having the same issues or you could be having the same worries, and being open about it, I guess sharing this journey with other people makes it comforting for everyone.
We're all about sharing the lows just as much as the highs.
Yes,
because we know
correct.
how glamorous business owners make their brands and stuff online. But it is also important to discuss the downfalls.
Or even acknowledge that it's not as glamorous as it all looks, and there's actually a lot of work behind everything that we do. So let's get straight into it. If you want, grab a cup of tea.
Strap in.
And
Keep watching.
Alright, what is planned for today?
We're going to review 2021.
And what a year that was.
What a rocky year that was.
2021.
So let's just see how we went. And then we'll do some forward planning. So some goal setting for 2022 and the next 5 years.
Alright, let's get right into it.
So looking back at 2021, we nutted out all of the highs and the lows of our year. So Este shared what she thought were really good achievements for us for the year, and also things that we were like, could do a bit of improving on, and so did I.
So I guess some of the highs that we had was, in our opinion, our customer service is where we're the strongest, I think, and that's just based off the way we've had communication back to us and how people speak to us. It almost is an own reflection of how we speak to people, and I think that's really important for our business. It's all customer based, so we need to make sure that our customer service is top notch. And I think, not to boast, but I think we're nice enough people to get that going really well. And I think we really appreciate the people that are sort of along the way telling us that we're doing a good job, that we should keep up what we're doing. And it really does encourage us to keep doing what we're doing. Some days we've got our lows, but then we think, you know what, people do believe in us and we need to make them proud as well.
And customer service is a tough gig. Sometimes you're just like, oh, I have to do customer service. But you get feedback from those people and they're saying, oh my God, your customer service is exceptional. And you're like, okay, this makes me feel a little bit better now.
Yeah, and it's nice. Like, it's not a forced feedback. We're not like, oh, what do you think of us? It's actually genuinely people messaging us and being like, I love what you guys are doing here. One of the goals that we had for 2021 was to obviously reach a certain revenue, and we reached that. And in fact, we doubled it. So that is definitely a massive high, especially when a year before we thought that we were only able to make this much. And to be able to double that, we've doubled our own expectations. So that was really, really reassuring.
Nice. It's nice when you have a number on it as well. You're like, yes, we definitely hit that and doubled it.
Yeah, because like every day we grind and we don't see the numbers as a whole. So we go, oh, this month we haven't done as much, or we haven't had that many orders today, and we're just a bit worried about whether we can continue on. But then when you actually see the final number at the end of the year, you're just like, oh my God, we did better than what we thought we would have a year ago.
Another high was that we were on a podcast. Dosa Farmer from Monash University kindly invited us onto their podcast as guests. So we spoke on there, shared a bit of our story. That was a high for us.
Yes.
Because we'd never been on a podcast before. And it was just fun to connect to our roots and talk to people who had been in our shoes before.
And it was nice to see that the lecturer that taught the both of us was saying that we're the first two people that she's ever taught that are doing their own thing. So it was really nice to hear that and to be part of that podcast, and encourage the future students or the future to go out and do your own thing too.
In addition to that, we were also invited to speak as alumni at one of their graduations.
2020 and 2021 Pharmacy
graduates, yeah. So we were invited there at Clayton and shared again a little bit about our story and stuff. So that was fun.
That was really fun. Recently, we launched all of Handskin's full international skincare range. We're the first Australian store to do so, and we're super, super stoked about it. If you haven't seen it, we did a video about the full range and where it sits in your skincare routine. So check that video out. We dipped our toes last year with a few of Handskin's most popular products, and see that it's been doing super well on our site. And people have been letting us know that it's such a great brand. So then we decided to invest fully into the whole range and be the first Australian store to do so.
I don't know if this seems as big to anyone else, but for us it definitely is. But we found our groove.
Yeah.
We've been operating for a year and a half now, and I think it's taken us literally that long to really be confident with our niche, our groove, our operations and everything. So a big high for us. Este knows what she's doing, I know what I'm doing. We have a routine for things, we've got a schedule going on. It's like we don't have to ask as many questions, although it is good to ask questions, but it's not like we're like, oh, should we do this, or when should we do this? So we're a bit more confident in our decisions, I guess, and our routines.
Yeah, I think last year, because we were still trying to find our feet, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but our Instagram changed a couple of times, and that is, if you actually look back at it all, our post, it really is how our mind was at the time, you know, and so then now that we've found our groove, we kind of know what we want our Instagram to look like, and it's gotten to a point where we really like how it looks, and would continue with. But yeah, like we literally just, everything flows. It's not like, oh, Libby, can you do this? Or Este, can you do this? Should we be doing this? Should we take this out of daily operations? But now we've really just like, we just know what we're doing. Yeah.
We understand each other.
Yeah. Not that we didn't do before, but this time it's like a really well-oiled machine.
Correct.
And I think what we're most proud of from this year is that we're able to provide people with free samples. Obviously for products that are eligible for free sampling, some of them we just simply can't because of the texture of the product. But for the most part, we've tried to give free samples out to anyone that requests it. And I think we might be the first online store to do so.
Like, I honestly don't know any other online beauty stores who give out free samples.
Yeah.
They do for when, you know, you order a certain amount and then they chuck in those free little sachets. Yeah. But this is like specific products that you request for. Yeah. I don't think anyone just gives them out for free like that.
Yeah, and so we give them out. You can request it, no cost to the customer whatsoever. Comes in a little envelope with a little jar in there, and you get a few tries before you decide to commit to it. And if you don't like it, well, no loss whatsoever to you.
Mm-hmm. Free shipping too.
Exactly. So we're so proud to be able to give that, because like that's pretty much how we shop, and we wanted that same experience from a actual physical store, bringing that into an online store, so that you can have the confidence when you're purchasing something. So obviously there's no highs without their lows.
You know, we had more highs than lows.
Yeah, that's
which is a good thing. Yeah. And it's funny because we prepared our lows beforehand, and when we shared them, we're like, okay, we had exactly the same lows.
Yeah.
We just knew
Yes.
straight away that it was just something that we needed to work on. The first one is quite obvious, COVID affecting different aspects of our business. One being our sponsorship with MCCC. We had planned to do a few events with them and meet them in real life, but obviously that couldn't happen. So some of those events were unfortunately cancelled. We just hope we had a more hands-on experience with them than we did last year.
And it's no fault to them, obviously. It's just the situation or the circumstances that we were in. But we just felt like, we weren't able maybe to take the full advantage of that because of COVID.
COVID had also affected logistics of our business. So bringing stock in, especially from overseas, South Korea.
I think we experienced maybe a 2 or 3 month delay.
Yeah, it was a huge delay on some of our stock. So that had put off the launch dates on when we had planned originally, but we worked around it.
Yeah, which is funny because you guys wouldn't have seen all of the delays or all the changes we had to make or where we originally wanted to launch some of these brands. So I think Dr. Jart, we had planned for it to launch at the start of October, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then we ended up launching it in November because it was just the shipping delays. So like you never get to see these behind the scenes issues that happen, and when we do launch it's all happy and hurrah, but you just you don't see what has happened behind the scenes. I think one of the other lows was probably, and I guess it's no blame to us or anyone, having stock expiring before they were able to go out to you guys. We had to write a few stocks off because of expiration date, and that just comes down more to order frequency, planning and all that stuff. And that's what we need. We sort of needed this kind of things to happen, I guess, for us to be able to improve for next year.
Again, not a huge biggie, but it's something that we would like to really improve on, is being more present on stories. Instagram stories. It's such a first world problem. We need to be present on stories. We find that it's quite important because we find that it's a really easy way for us to share our life, I guess, or the behind the scenes with you guys through stories. It's such a simple thing to show up on stories and simply just post something about your day, but we're just not that committed to that at the moment.
Or maybe we're just not in that habit. Like we go through our daily usual stuff and we just don't even realize that, this is a good opportunity to show people what it's like to,
That's 100% me. I always get stuck into my work and I'm just like, okay, next. And I don't think about this could be shared or this could be talked about.
Yeah. So just being, I guess, a little bit more open on stories.
And active.
So I guess that would have been the point where you could have seen the behind the scenes of what we had to do in order to accommodate for the delays for our stock or something.
Yeah.
Next for day one was to do our goal setting. Now we are still quite a small business, but it's always so important to know where you're heading, because if you don't know where you want to go, it's very easy for you to get sidetracked and end up spending more resources or more time and more money into something that doesn't eventually set you up to your final destination. So it's very important to align your yearly goals to your final destination or your biggest milestone. Generally, as the business, we wanted to earn a revenue of by the end of December 2022.
We focus on revenue?
Yeah, we focus on revenue of... Can we double it? Because I think then we challenge ourselves.
Our next goal was to onboard 2 new brands by the end of 2022.
Either 1 skincare, 1 makeup, or 2 makeups. We want to hopefully be able to open up a little pop-up store by the end of next year as well. This one's a bit of a stretch, but we really hope that we can do it because we definitely want to meet people in person and also get you guys to try our things in person as well. Online shopping is, the hype and everything's going onto the internet, but we still think that having a little store means that there's a real community and
a real connection with the products.
Yeah, correct. And we don't want to be the pushy type either, but it's a store more so for you to experience the products before you buy them. I think that's why we do free samples. That's sort of the same way that we shop. We like to try the products in store before we like to purchase them. And so that's why we obviously can't afford a store now, but we didn't want to miss out on that experience of trying a product, connecting with it before you actually decide to put your hard-earned cash into it. So that's the reason why we're aiming for a store. And it's also an opportunity to, like, we want it to be a kind of store where people come in and, like, you know, there's other people there that are into beauty, and it's like
chill.
A beauty hub. Yeah, like everyone just talks to each other and it's nice.
Have a coffee, get your nails done.
Yeah, because our motto at the end of the day was to create bonds with beauty.
And it always will be.
And it always will be. And so we need to keep working on that journey.
We want to have a Christmas party. Yes. It's very simple, but that would make us very happy to have a wholesome Christmas party with the two of us, with the few of the people that we've created such great connections with through our social media, family and friends, just to celebrate our baby.
We also, hopefully by the end of next year, have the website that we want. We are quite happy with how the website is, but we know that there's a few tweaks here and there that could improve the experience overall. So we're hoping that either ourselves or with a developer get that website up to scratch or to what we really want it to be.
And also by the end of next year, have a loyalty program up and running. You can earn points when you shop with us. You get free gifts, you get free vouchers, you get to enter giveaways and things like that.
Yeah, more exclusive products or promotions, or just so that, you know, the people that do shop with us multiple times and you know who you are,
thank you.
You get rewarded for that. And we feel kind of bad that you've shopped with us so many times and we haven't had the opportunity to
give back.
So now that you know our goals of 2022, it means we have to.
It's on YouTube now.
It's on YouTube now. You're going to have to keep us accountable to it.
You're keeping us accountable.
Keeping us accountable. And if we don't reach them, we blame you. No jokes. I guess it's worth sharing to you guys so that you can see our journey towards those goals throughout the year, and we'll continue to vlog as we go.
In day 2, we did a deep dive into the different aspects of our business. We really had a good look at our website and what we really wanted from it, and kind of put ourselves in the shoes of the customer and said, if I was shopping on here, what kind of things would I want to see and to make my shopping experience a lot more easier and streamlined. So there's a lot of features that we want to add into our website, such as having the chance to choose your free samples at checkout, having a gift wrapping option,
the loyalty program, so having your account, because at the moment we have the accounts there, but there's no use for that account section, so actually making use of that,
having access to your account and your benefits, and just like little things that you probably don't care about but we find a little bit like it makes us a bit scratchy, you know, like hyperlinks being removed, things being moved up in the website just a touch, positioning of images, how fast the scroll is, you know.
So bestsellers, then new arrivals?
Yeah, I think so.
And then maybe shop.co drop down the bottom. So watch now button takes it to the channel page.
Can we have a look at the shop categories? Is there anything that we want to change? So what I want to try and do is learn how to code so that we can make these changes ourselves. I mean, it's a good skill to have anyways, and the only employees that we have at Splendr is us two. So we've got to learn some way.
For those who don't know, we don't outsource anything. We do literally everything.
Yeah, we wear the finance hat, the customer service hat, the Instagram hat, editing hat, the planning hat, strategy hat. So there's a lot to do for our website. We want to make it more user-friendly for you guys, and even for us when we go on our own website, we're like, it's missing this, or you know, needs a bit of salt and pepper.
Yeah, a bit of spiciness.
Yeah. And if we get really stuck, obviously we're going to get an expert because we want it to improve the website. Yeah, we're being super critical about our website because we want it to be better, and sometimes that's a healthy form of criticism. It's not that anyone's come up to us and be like, you better improve your website or else.
It's for us.
It's for us, you know,
because we know these little things, if you do apply them, they make a big difference to the shopping experience. Cool. And it's super important because we are purely online based.
Yeah.
There's no other way to shop.
Correct. So we need to make sure that our website is top notch. And for yourself, if you are developing your own website. Our recommendation is, if you're going on Shopify, really take the time to demo the themes or the Shopify themes and make sure that that's really what would work for your site. I think the mistake that we did in the first year was saw what the ones were the most pretty, and then realized as we were using it that it didn't have as many features as we wanted it to have. So we in the end had to change our theme.
Yeah.
The way the layout of your website is actually pretty important.
Yeah.
We want to ask you guys a few questions as well. One of them was, what is going to encourage you to leave a review? The reason why we think reviews are really important is because it helps other people to make a decision on whether they should purchase that product or not. And we don't want you to make up good reviews just for us. No, we want honest reviews, because you got to think that the rest of the community is going to rely on your reviews to decide and help with their decision. So we really want to encourage you to leave a review of the products, not for us, but for the next person that's hoping to buy it. Consider the whole community as your friends. Would you recommend them to buy it, or would you not? I'm sure that everyone would appreciate you leaving something, but you know, I know that it's a time-consuming thing. So from our end, how can we encourage you to do so? So leave in the comments down below what you think would help. Is it, you know, we pass on a voucher, or is it
A free product.
a giveaway or a free product? Whatever would encourage you to do so.
Let us know. We then nutted out all of our social media platforms and our whole marketing strategy. What do we really want from our marketing and the use of our social media platforms? What's the purpose? What do you want?
Yeah, why?
We started off by looking through our Instagram. Are we happy with the feed? Are we happy with the colors? The information that we put in our bio? What else can we do to up our engagement rates? Are likes important? Are comments important? Are shares important? And all that kind of stuff. So we really nutted out what was really important to us, what we wanted to use as metrics to measure our success.
And it really depends on when it changes back to the chronological order. Okay, maybe posting faces or reels only at nighttime. This is
I
fine, the
think you should
colours.
do a free sample highlight.
We did that for Instagram. We did that for YouTube, for TikTok, for our newsletters, our influencers. Are we going to use influencers?
So nutting that out, there's a lot of things we do need to do, and obviously we are more than happy to listen also to your feedback, especially I think for YouTube. Is these things that we're posting entertaining?
We just do it because we have fun doing it.
Yeah.
And we like to share things with you guys and share our knowledge about beauty and, you know, behind the scenes. But do you actually like them? Please tell us.
Let us know. And what we found as we keep posting more and more, we find, because on YouTube obviously you can see the analytics, we're able to actually see that you guys prefer vlogs over informative stuff, which is quite funny, because the reason why we do the informative stuff is because we're so interested in that stuff because of our background, our educational background. We're so into the sciencey stuff for things, so we think that everyone would be.
But you're not.
But our current audience is not. So do we keep the mix of informative stuff in there, or do we just keep it all vlogs? We'll just keep doing what we do.
Yeah.
Because there will be some, you know, people that do like the informative stuff, and we can't just leave them out completely.
Day 3, the final day of our planning, we worked pretty much just on our super secret project. So we have been working on this project for just over a year now.
Yeah.
And it's still going. It has been pushed back a little bit. We were hoping to share it with you guys a little bit earlier than we had planned, but due to COVID, as we know, and other things get in the way. So we're still just chugging along.
Yeah. So I know that there's a lot of you that are asking us here and there, when are we revealing this? And I promise, hopefully in a couple more months, we should be able to. But today it was really deep diving into where we think this secret project is going to go, what we're going to do with it, how it's going to look. So reviewing, the timelines, the to-do list.
Yeah.
And then just bringing our two brains together and coming up with something real creative and fun.
We had an epiphany today.
We had an epiphany today.
We made a change,
A
which we
major-
didn't think
A major change.
we would have to do, but we think it's a good change.
Yes. Libby and I, it's funny, we always agree on a lot of things, but we always also have these moments where it's like, we say a word and we're just like,
That's it.
what? That's, yeah, like literally.
How did you know?
Yeah.
I love this song.
Yeah, yeah. Literally, like the both of us would be like,
Yeah, that's it.
oh my God, that feels so right.
It's a when you know, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of
yeah.
those.
Yeah.
So that happened today.
Yeah, it was one of those moments where we both just knew we had to go in that direction.
But that's all we're going to reveal right now.
Unfortunately,
we wish. Sorry.
The only reason why we want to keep it quite tight-lipped, because it's a real infant stage, we almost don't want to jinx anything, and I think that's why we don't want to say too much, because if we do, we feel like even more pressure to reveal it to you guys without it being perfect yet.
Yeah.
We've filmed the whole process, so when it is out, you will see every step and how we got there. We really have tried to keep you in the loop.
Anyway, that completes our 3 days of planning. We really hope this gave you guys a bit more insight into what we do and how we think things through. Again, we said we like sharing these things with you because it's like you're on the journey with us, and we just hope you find it inspirational.
Bear in mind that both Libby and I, we don't come from a business background. As we said, we did pharmaceutical science, so we definitely know a lot more about ingredients and cosmetics and whatnot, but nothing about the business side of things. So we are still learning a lot of what we're doing. We're learning on our feet kind of thing. It's, I think, a best chance to also, you know, if you're starting out your business, to see how we're going, because you might come up with the same issues and whatnot.
I think it's nice to end the video with one thing that you learnt this year.
Oh yeah, you're right.
For me, the one thing that I had learnt the most from this year was it's all about trial and error. Trial and error. Keep trying and testing things out. Don't do something just because your friend who has a business also has done it. It's probably not going to work the same for you. You just have to keep trying and testing things out. And when you find the things that work for you, it's like magic, and you're like, yes, I finally found it. So don't give up, keep trying things, and you learn quicker that way as well. You'll find things that don't work for you and things that do work for you. And when you do, you stick with them, and it's like a formula that you have just discovered and unleashed.
I think for me, it's more about trusting the process. I think sometimes with this starting your own business thing, it's not easy. Like, there is so much work to do, to think about. And sometimes you get to the point where you're just like, I'm doing so much, I'm not seeing results. Like, is this even worth it at all? And the reason why I say trust the process is because when you do like an end of year review, you realize what you've done with that hard work. Sometimes every day you don't see it, but every day as you try to improve, as you try to get better at what you do, you really do see that time and trust and commitment and effort really does pay off at the end of the day. So yeah, even when it looks bad sometimes, just know what your real end goal is and continue with that and try to not give up.
Don't give up.
Yeah. I think the second year is always sort of the hardest.
I think so.
Do you know?
The first year was very fun and exciting for us, and we're like, wow, this new thing that we've just brought to life. And then the second year is just like, you got to grind.
Yeah,
like, if you want to go anywhere, you just need to keep pushing.
Yeah.
And we have for this past year. It's just been like heads down, non-stop.
Yeah. You know, you have bigger expectations for yourself in the second year rather than in the first. Because in the first, you know, you're just trying to learn. But in the second, you're like, well, now we got to make those sales and now we got to hit those numbers. So just making sure you stay grounded and just follow the process.
Be patient. Anyway, again, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel because it really supports us. Leave your comments, thoughts, anything down below.
I hope everyone has had the chance also to review their own 2021 year and hopefully super excited for 2022.
By the time you watch this, it's already 2022, so let's crush it.
Yeah, wishing you all a very, very happy new year.
See you in the next video.
Bye!